Since before time, whenever our explorers were lost, they would look to the forever star to find their way home. Now, a great darkness has found us. The war-mongering Zootopans sought to extinguish our light. In a desperate bid to defend our beloved home, we committed everything we had. Yet, the cold malice of Admiral Voltan couldn't be stopped. The battle was lost. I knew what I had to do. Where our only hope lies. I, Princess Euphora, last remaining regent of our people, will lead us to the Forever Star. Those of us who survived that day lost everything. But this is not our end. We will survive. Because together, we will keep hope alive. Welcome aboard the SDF Catalina, where I, Princess Euphora, Captain and Last Regent, will gather survivors and lead our people to safety. Pursued by a relentless enemy with no place to call home, our only option is escape. There's much to be done, and we need your help. To rebuild, we need resources, teamwork, and bravery. Our engineers see to the repairs, and our scientists to the wounded. On a journey fraught with peril, sometimes a captain must make difficult decisions. This starship is just like its people, in need of care, ever-growing, and capable of overcoming anything. For where there is life, there is hope. Wishlist now on Steam.
Let's go. Let's go. Hello, everybody. We are live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here. This is the first time we are ever revealing Jumplight Odyssey on stream. I am so excited. How are you feeling, Trent?
Excited, mildly terrified. You know, you work on something for 2 years and then you just got to play it live on the internet.
Incredible.
And it's meant to all work out.
And it's meant to run very stable and very sufficiently.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. There's heaps to show. So I'm really keen.
Yes, I am Shan. I also go by Chan, Sean, whatever. People call me by a variety of things. I'm a community manager here at Log. I am joined by the very notorious, very esteemed Trent, our studio founder. I think that's your fancy title.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yep, co-founder and studio director.
I think all-round good guy is just a good third title to add on the end.
I'll take it. It's clear you're new around here.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
all-round good guy.
All capitalized.
Love it.
Yeah, today we're sitting down, we're just going through all of the decks of the SDF Catalina, which is our new home for the next hour. We are also, for the first time ever publicly, doing a engine reveal. Very exciting stuff. The engine is like
exciting.
My favorite part of the Catalina, just because I stare at it.
Yeah, I was actually playing and my girlfriend was like, I love the engine room. It's amazing. Okay, cool.
Incredible,
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, if you are watching this live right now, we are out here. We are answering your questions. If you have anything that you want answered, feel free to drop it in the chat. There are some questions that we won't be able to answer just because we have so many live streams that are coming out with so many big brain devs, and that question might be better suited for another time and another place. If you're watching this as a VOD, we also love you very much. Ping us on Twitter with your questions. Join our Discord. We'll answer them 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Covered that. I think that's everything.
We're ready to roll.
I want to caveat that Trent's playing, so any
That's me.
terrible gameplay, it's not
That's
me.
It's all me. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's full send.
Cool. I want to check something first because it's cool. Yeah. Well, I just love this menu.
Oh, yeah.
Like the teams work so hard on this menu. These little floating everything going on. It's actually super califragilisticexpialidocious. You guess we got the debug text in on our newsfeed items. All right, let's go. Let's play demo. So we're playing on a dev build at the moment. So you're going to see a couple of things. We'll dive into a custom game, which will be ready for early access, but we won't be able to access that in the upcoming builds. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Woo!
Look at this. We love it.
There she is. That's the SDF Catalina.
Look at her.
Wow.
Amazing.
I love the jazz. What a starship.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, we're on pause, so you're hearing the pause music. The little bossa nova, a little bit of jazzy bossa nova pause music. So this is the SDF Catalina. So this is a Royal Battle Cruiser, and this is the flagship of Princess Euphora, the leader of the Pleiades people. And that's us. That's her down here. And that's you when you play Jumplight Odyssey. We're the captain of this starship and the leader of the Pleiades people. And this is our ship. This is
what's left of them?
Yeah, I know.
Winks.
Very good. Right. So you should probably set up the game for folks who aren't familiar with Jumplight Odyssey. So in Jumplight Odyssey, you play as Princess Euphora, captain and leader of the Pleiades people, and your home planet has been destroyed by an evil, warmongering alien race known as the Zootopans and their leader, Admiral Voltan. And you are off on the run to a brand new home, all just based on basically a story you were told as a kid. It's kind of like, maybe it's a little irresponsible of her. I don't know.
I mean, I think responsible goes out the window at this point.
Yeah, she's got to come up with something, right? Her planet's just destroyed. So you're off on a mission to the Forever Star. And you're basically in the hopes of finding a new home, and you got to do it at speed because the Zootopans are right behind you basically at every step of the way. So you're jumping from system to system, and you're building out your decks, managing your crew of up to 200 people on your ship, civilians, crew across 4 different divisions, all of it. And you got to make it out of each system and grabbing whatever resources and survivors you can before the Zootopans arrive.
Killed it.
We call it a roguelite starship colony sim.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. So what are we doing today, Chan?
Today we are, doing exactly what you just said.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna start at the bridge, I reckon.
Yeah, we're gonna start the bridge. We're gonna give a tour of the SDF Catalina. So one of the most exciting things about Jumplight Odyssey was this idea. Our game director Blake, like many of us, grew up poring over those books called The Incredible Cross Sections. Or for folks who may be familiar with a different series, maybe Richard Scarry's What Do People Do All Day? And we wanted to take that notion of these books where the incredible cross-sections of books were basically like there would be a Titanic book or a Star Wars book, and they would cut the Titanic down the side, and there were these beautiful illustrations of what the Titanic would look like, every deck of the Titanic. And, or the Star Wars book would be like the Millennium Falcon with like parts cut out so you could see inside and how it operated. And it's just amazing stuff. Blake actually went on to become an industrial designer, an engineer, and everything. And so I think like the books had a huge impact on him. Being able to just pore over what was in these well, ships and spaceships and, all the things that he was into, seeing inside the guts of them. And so we took that to Jumplight Odyssey. And so if I press down on my keys right now.
I didn't realize you were such a lore lord. Like, you just know all the facts.
Yeah, I got him.
You like facts?
Here we are.
Yeah.
Woo, look at this.
Oh, wait.
You can just go up and down through all the decks.
Incredible.
Amazing. So this is like definitely one of the things that we spent a lot of time on. Like our tech. Oh, look at the planet in the background as well. The rings on that.
Chunky.
Amazing. This is our ringed giant.
Have you ever wanted to be so close to Saturn you could smell it? Jumplight Odyssey is your game.
I don't know if it smells good. Does Saturn?
How many people have put their hand out the Catalina window? That's the big question.
Yeah, I want to touch the rings as we go past.
Let me
Princess.
touch the rings. She's like flipping through her book of nursery rhymes like, can you just leave me alone for a minute?
So here we are. So we've got the ship on pause at the
yeah.
moment. We might actually just let it go. And you can see we've got our crew. Oh, someone's passed out already.
That's me.
Seiko is not doing well. They're absolutely out of it.
Seiko.
But this
poor
is
guy.
Jumplight Odyssey. So we can pause it at any time. And what you're looking at right now is the bridge. And so this is where all of our offices are. So you can see we've got 4 different divisions in Jumplight Odyssey. We have engineering, we have science, we have combat, and we have supply. And they all serve different purposes. We'll leave getting into the depths of that. We can talk a little bit about it, but we'll leave getting into the depths of that for our stream with Felix, our principal designer on the project, which I know you got coming up, Chan.
Indeed.
And then we also have a couple other things here. So you as the princess, you can view your manifest at any time. So if I zoom right in on here and click here and bring up the manifest, you can see absolutely everyone on the ship, everyone from PT4, one of our robots on board. And then we've, of course, got the game's lovable mascot, Ham. They're ready to go. I love it's like the shot here is as if someone in like a green morph suit is holding him up.
I was like, how'd they get this photo? Is like one person propping him up by his legs? Like,
Exactly. But you can click here through all your divisions, so you can see all your scientists, all your marines. You can see here that we've got officers as well. So every division is headed up by an officer who sits at this command station here.
Incredible.
So you can
Incredible.
see we got a supply officer here.
And in
then-
the center, you've got your.
Yes. This is the real exciting stuff. So this is the journey screen that I'm about to show you. So you're going to be spending a lot of your time here as captain, because this is where you're actually plotting out your journey to the Forever Star. So you can see if I like zoom right out, you can see ding 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 ding, like it goes on and on and on, all these planets that you can sort of plot a path to the Forever Star, all the way over here.
Which definitely exists.
Definitely not a bedtime story.
Definitely is a thing, and
is there and exists.
It's that way.
No chance of leading your people to ruin whatsoever. But if we zoom in on this, you can see here that sort of space is broken up in sectors. But we can actually jump from one of these systems to another. So this is our jump range around here that you can see we can jump from.
And there's like a variety, right? And you can choose
there
based
is.
on what you feel like you need at the time, because each of them
Exactly.
have their benefits.
So you can see our home planet Pleiades has the big Zootopia logo on it. You can see they've already branded it on there. Didn't go well. If you see our official story reveal and announce trailer, you'll see what happened at Pleiades. It's nothing good, really, after the Zootopans arrived.
One big laser.
Exactly. One big laser. But this is essentially this line here, this red zone, is the Zootopan fleet advancing on you. And so we've made it one jump away from our home planet. That's where the game starts. Currently we're at Zoo. So all this is procedural as well. So every time I play a game, a different run, all these planets are different. The resources available on them, the missions, what order they're in, the types of planets, all of that sort of stuff is all procedural. The names, everything. So we are currently at Zoo, and you can see right here, we got missions available to us, and this is a ringed giant, as we saw with the rings. But then if I click here, this one is a barren world, and there are some missions here as well. We've got another ring giant. We've got a couple barren worlds as well coming up. But then see these ones here, they're outside of our intel range. So we actually can't see what's coming up. So we've got to jump a couple more before we can get there. And there's all different ways for you to upgrade your ship and everything to be able to do that. So that's another thing on the bridge. So you'll notice that the bridge is actually a bespoke area. So we can't actually do much here. If I press tab and bring up if I actually go down here and bring up build mode, you can see that we actually can't change anything here. Like this is all laid out, the bridge, but you'll see on other decks as we get further down that we're able to change it. But one thing that we can do is all of these slots, these are build upgrades. So we can actually upgrade. You can install up to 6 upgrades on the bridge that can do a range of different things, like that affect the journey map and your ability to jump, see further, all different stuff. And it's not just like a straight linear, or how would I say, like a progression of what's like best and better. I've got this and I'm going to get the better thing and chuck out the last upgrade or whatever. You're actually picking tactically how you want to set up your ship, and you're choosing between different approaches and strategies and tactics for what's going to work for you this run in particular as captain.
Absolutely. That was the best spiel I have ever heard out of all the spiels.
That's the bridge. And you see what we got, these turbo lifts that connect the entire ship. So this is how your crew get around. So you'll see they go down through the center of your ship. So as we cruise down through like further decks, because you can see down here on the left, actually got a bunch of them that we can go through on the ship. You're going to see that there are particular things that you need to work your layout and your plans around, whether that be airlocks, whether that be turbo lifts, whether that be turrets and defense stations. So although it is a colony sim and you can build it out and design it how you wish, the beauty is in the constraint and working with the actual designs of the ship that you're set up with at the start with the SDF Catalina.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we should go through, for a bit of context, some of these like UI elements that are appearing on the screen.
Yeah, cool. So up here, along here we have all of our resources. I might just let this play out so we get a little some folks milling around. Yeah. So we got a bunch of resources up the top here. We've got materials. Then we've also got things like plastics, composites, biomass, then that gets turned into food. You can see we got none of this. We've got Medigel for healing people, munitions for our turrets and, for our marines, for our pistols, for when folks are, boarding the ship. And then we've also got our power and our water here as well. This is the SDF Catalina health range up here. So you can see these are our Jumplight cores. So this is almost, you can imagine it like Zelda hearts in a sense, where depending on the threat that happens to your ship, whether it be boarders sabotaging the engine room or whether it be taking hits from outside from the Zootopan fleet, you can actually, or even asteroids hitting you, there are ways in which your ship can take damage to your Jumplight cores. And when your ship reaches 0 health, a run is over. If Euphora, the princess and captain of the ship, dies, let's say a Zootopan boarding party makes their way to the bridge and takes you out, that's a run over as well. So you could get like 13, 14, 15 jumps in, the Zootopans catch up to you, and your defenses aren't strong enough, and they take you out. Down here we have build mode. You can turn this on and off at any point in time on the ship. As I mentioned, we can't really actually build anything out on the bridge. That's a bespoke setup, but we can use it to upgrade all these slots here. And we'll show you more of build mode down below, in the decks below. Down here, we can actually speed up and slow down time. So you saw we had a pause for a while before. I can press play, and then I can also just go, that's the sound effects. That's what it does in my head.
I love blip.
And then, of course, we've got the time. So here's something that's really important about Jumplight Odyssey, and you're going to see this as we move through. You'll notice that I'm kind of anxiously pausing time every now and then.
Because you're like worried.
It's because this ship is a living simulation. So even though we're doing a demo right now, they're literally the crew on my ship are like, there are folks on the night shift now who are on board, like this person who's incredibly tired, limping across the ship here,
Eva.
Ipa, come on. But your crew will work in shifts. And I'll show more about that in one of the next elements that I'm going to show you. But they'll sleep, they'll eat, they move around the ship. They have friends, lovers, enemies on the ship. They will go and do their job. If they're an engineer, they'll be manufacturing things or building things. If they're a supply, if they're from the supply division, they'll be hauling stuff around the ship, feeding people. So everyone has like actual shifts and contributes to the simulation of your starship, and that's up, like I said, up to and over 200 folks on this ship.
Indeed.
So this
Should
is
we
sort of how you keep track of all of that down the bottom, what day you're in, etc.
should we maybe go through and explore each of the divisions and their primary functions?
Yeah, sure. Sure, let's do it. So let's actually just maybe we've got engineering here. So so this is, as I mentioned, the what do you call it? The engineering command center. We've got the command centers up here for each one.
And this
So
is where the
engineering.
officers sit.
Engineering is essentially your crew that are helping you build things. So once you build something in build mode, you'll see we lay down a plan, supply division bring the resources, and then engineering will come and build that. They'll deconstruct things, they'll repair things, they work on all the manufacturing equipment. So when you're taking materials and turning them into metal, they'll actually be working on the machine that you have built in your ship to actually take materials that you've gotten from an away mission and turning it into metal, for example, or composites or whatever. So engineers are a really, really important part of your, well, of your simulation
life.
of your living, breathing ship, of keeping things running, essentially. Yeah. Next up, we have our Science Command. Now, Science Command, we're going to see a bunch of them in the engine room because that's probably where they're most important, is getting Jumplight, harnessing Starlight to actually contribute to your Jumplight, which powers our Jumplight drive, which we'll talk a little bit more about here on the bridge, and will be the final thing that we show you before we leave. And then they're also working on things around the place, like they're helping folks out in the medical bay, healing folks. So they're basically your doctors, your scientists, all that sort of stuff. And then we have Combat Command. So these are your Marines. And your Marines keep not only the Zootopans at bay, so they fly your fighter jets, your starfighters, they fly, they man your turrets and, shoot down incoming boarding parties or
So cool.
missiles and stuff like that. But they will also fight boarders if they come out. So if Zootopans enter if you have a boarding party and it joins onto your airlock, you can actually scramble your Marines and they will run, grab pistols, suit up, and they will go and fight boarders on your ship and keep your crew safe. But also, if you have an unruly crew member, the Marines are actually responsible for keeping things in order on your ship as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, for sure. So there's like a whole basically like security feature. We're
No
not
way.
sure like how close we're going to get to getting that in for early access in regards to like, throwing people in the brig and everything, but it's fully planned for V1.0 and everything. So your Marines are actually keeping your crew in order on the ship as well.
ACAB.
Yeah.
ACAB doesn't stop.
Yeah, they're basically your ship cops.
Yeah.
And then we have supply. And supply are essentially like the blood cells of your ship. They are the ones that are hauling resources. So something that I know our design crew and Blake, especially our game director, and the studio's design director really wanted with Jumplight Odyssey was this notion of what you see is what you get. We really didn't want players like just grinding through stat tables or things like that to figure out what's going on or have everything in UI telling you. So when you actually go and lay down plans for something, a supply division officer, like say in build mode, you lay down plans for a new build. A supply division officer is going to get pinged with that job, and they're going to go from what they're doing, and they're going to walk to the cargo hold on your ship, and they're going to collect the actual materials off the shelves needed for your build mode, and put them on their little hover trolley, and then they're going to take them to your spot, and they're going to drop them down for engineers to use. And so your supply division is hauling resources and materials and everything, all these things up here. They are hauling them around the ship all the time, keeping the whole ship running, keeping the economy of your ship running. They're also the ones that are serving food to your crew, everything. So anything to do with supply, when you've got turrets that, when it's in defense mode and you've got the Zootopans coming, you've got people firing turrets, they'll be the ones restocking the turrets with munitions.
Sick.
They're really cool. So you'll find at times when we bring up the manifest here that I showed before, you can actually transfer people as well.
Yeah.
So if you might be like, oh, damn, I've got too many people in science and my building is slow, like it's taking ages to haul people around, and I've actually only got 10 people in supply, you can go you can be like, all right, Aiden, scientist, I'm going to transfer you to supply division. You can actually transfer people and move them around between divisions as well.
Sick. Incredible.
Yeah.
I will take a little bit of time now to just say hi to people in chat. What's up, Alex? And
hi.
Milo, and we've got Alice in here. people from our Discord, real cool people that we see all the time. We do
What's up?
have a few questions as well. There will be a linear path to the destination of more missions later on. So I think the way that this works, Erico, is that you will effectively begin your journey and you're able to choose your path, like chart your path forward until you reach the Forever Star. So there's not like a linear path that is forced upon you by us. It's more you're making the decision on what you maybe need to sustain your ship, or you're desperate because the Zootopans are closing in very quickly, or, you know, you decide for whatever reason you perhaps want to go into a different like airspace. So there's not a linear path, there's a path between options. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Let me know if it doesn't. What's up, DJ Chief? Looks very cool. Alex had a question as well, Trent. Is every crewmate customizable in terms of not only physical look, but also their name and other stuff? Kind of like XCOM style, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. And the answer is no, they are not customizable. We do have, you know, within our character creator and everything, we do have the ability in future to potentially allow you to, you know, create a custom captain or something like that. But that's not currently in our plans or anything. We just have so much stuff to build. And what we really wanted from the experience was not for you as a player to come in and be like, oh, I don't want, let's have a look, who we got here. I don't want Fallon to look like this. I want Fallon to, you know, have blue skin and a mohawk and, you know, be 2 foot taller than this or whatever. The experience is more so that you are Princess Euphora and you have basically just jumped away from this planet with whoever you have got on board, and that is your lot. Your motley crew, for better or worse, is basically what makes up your odds and your resources and your crew for the mission. And so we felt it really important to the license and to the experience that, you know, this manifest here, that you're like, okay, this is them. We gotta
all right, let's go, boy.
Yeah, we gotta get to the Forever Star with this lot. Okay. And you're off and you're running. So no customization or anything available. You know, like I said, potentially in the future, but like, yeah, no, it's not even planned for OV 1.0 at this point in time.
Cool. POV, your Princess Euphora, it's day 1 of your trip to the Forever Star. Someone's passed out on the ramp beside your fancy chair. Awesome. Thank you for the question. We've got another one from Alice, which is, would it be possible to have a Twitch integration so that the crew are named after your followers?
It's possible, for sure. We are looking at Twitch integration stuff. Interestingly, we're not sure where it sits on our roadmap or anything, but like, we see the potential for streaming in this game. I mean, this is the first stream and we think it's going great. So but, we don't know. We'll see. It's definitely possible. That idea has actually been mentioned in the studio before. We'll just have to see what our plans for Twitch integration bring.
Incredible. All right, that will be the end of these questions. I'll take note of everyone that's posted after this. We'll head down to the promenade. The promenade. I call it promenade.
Promenade. There is one last thing that I did want to show, which is this very important console here.
Indeed.
Which is actually where this is your Jumplight, I guess, console. This is actually how you jump every system. So we'll go to the engine room later on, we'll show you the engine room, and then we will, once you've got your Jumplight up and you've set your target destination, so say we go in here and we go, okay, I want to go to Gopala. We set our target for our destination through the journey screen. You can see here we've got this little line, this arrow that's going to say how much Jumplight we need, and then we can go, okay. And we click this, and we can. This is how we jump from system to system. So as soon as you've got enough jump light, you come back to the bridge and you punch it, so to speak, here and jump from system to system.
You say,
right? Shall we do the promenade?
Let's go to I call it promenade. It's definitely the wrong way.
All right, let's go. Let's hit
promenade.
play and go down to the promenade.
Here we go. Wow.
Love it. Look at him go.
There's
Hanging
so
out.
many
Oh,
folks. Ah!
Busted. 30 centimeters. Excuse me.
They heard
There
you
it
and they ran away.
No, like it.
Euphoria's watching.
We got going on. Oh, I think this is one of our officers. Yep, a marine officer inspecting the pistols.
Ooh.
Nani.
Oh, to be honest, I thought in my head, Marine officer sounds very intimidating, but this guy's wearing a Santa hat, so
Yeah, right. Yeah, look at him go.
Christmas is coming. Dual wielding pistols.
So this is the promenade. Oh, look,
It's him!
Am.
It's him in the wild.
There he is. I love his little jump.
He does a little
Oh,
kick.
and look, here we go, PT4 as well. Our little astrobot. Yahoo! Oh my god, my. I gotta figure out. Hold on. I think maybe I should just have a quick look around my ship and make sure that there's no like fatal flaw in our.
Yeah, there's a giant hole in the side.
Exactly. Let's make sure we don't have any rooms or machines off. So yeah, okay, everything seems to have power. And then let's make sure. Like I said, this is I can't pause the simulation for the stream. Okay, good. All right, we're good. Okay, so the promenade. So the promenade is the deck just below the bridge. And this is, really it's up to you what you want to make it, because every single element of this is fully customizable. So the only thing, see these turbo lifts here, we can't move those turbo lifts at all. We can edit stuff within the room. Like I can select the room, and then we can be like, oh, let's go in and let's grab this planner box. I can move that around or whatever. But these turbo lifts will stay there. But everything else, we've got the airlocks that we need to take into account. But I can actually just go in and build out these rooms. So when you start a game of Jumplight Odyssey, there will be a particular layout depending on what you've chosen. And of course, we can pause in build mode as well. Build mode doesn't pause, so you can build on the fly if you want to. And, if you're waiting for something to happen, you can keep yourself busy, waiting for an away mission to come back or for your Jumplight to kick off. And you got a little bit of time, which isn't often, but you can jump into build mode and build while it's in real time. But all of these, our build mode is set up into rooms, and we can have, Felix talk more about this and how build mode works specifically. But all of the, like when you join a game, it will have a particular setup. So for example, when you jump out of Pleiades, obviously you've been in this huge battle, so you can expect the start of the game to have a bunch of stuff nuked and wasted. We have chosen a starting layout here where it's generally largely filled out, but I can go in and I can edit any of these. So you can see here, I can just literally deconstruct this room, and engineers will come and they'll just break it down to resources. And then I can knock all of these out, and I could actually just build new rooms of any design. And it's based on a room design. So you can see here, you can either build corridors, washrooms, greenhouses, manufacturing, crew quarters, everything. Like it's, even the regent's chambers. For the princess. So you can see this is our princess's room here. So the promenade is generally, we like it to be you can see we've got the beautiful windows here in the promenade that increase morale. Because everything here, you can look, we've got, like I said, it's a simulation. So these plants, even these trees are producing oxygen, and they can be pruned by the crew to give you biomass as well from the leaves on them. We have vending machines that people can drink from as well. Oh, that's ham. That's not a vending machine. That's a pig.
That is a pig.
That's a pig.
Please don't eat the pig.
Don't drink the pig. But we've got a soda machine. So this quenches thirst. So all of our crew, you can see here, have needs as well. So rest, hunger, thirst, hygiene, everything. So depending on where you place things, if you put the crew quarters next to heavy machinery, all of that. So we like to keep the promenade as generally like the leisure space, the entertainment district, so to speak.
The entertainment district.
And these also, we've got crew quarters in here where people can crash out for the night. We've got someone sleeping, and no doubt it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so we've got someone sleeping here. I'm ready for their shift in the morning.
Bless them.
And they'll come and they take showers. And also, a diligent captain will place defensive measures around their ship as needed, whether that be fire extinguishers, helmets, pistol boxes, etc.
Helmets in the showers. There's nowhere where you are more exposed than in the shower. All right,
yeah.
You go straight in, straight out.
So this is the promenade. You can see we've got a bunch of stuff in here. We've got chess tables that people come and play. You can see here it restores morale and connectedness between crew members. We've even got bookshelves that you can put here, which will restore morale. And again, like I said, you can actually just move a bunch of this stuff around. Like I can let's go into build mode. What adjust room size.
But this is all with the intention of having the crew fulfill their needs of like connectedness, of fun, enjoyment, just like rest and recuperation. That's the promenade vibe. Promenade vibe. No.
So yeah.
Incredible.
Very good stuff.
Any final questions on the promenade? My pronunciation is still off. I'm just imagining like exactly how much drama happens here. All of these people know each other and live together and they work together and like, oh my god, they must be so messy. Absolutely. And I think the team have taken a lot of time and a lot of painstaking effort to make it feel like these are real functional crew that have real needs and desires. You can see that each of them has connections with one another, and so those connections aren't like mutually the same. So one person could consider them, like a bestie.
Oh, Princess Euphora, relative.
Ooh!
Yes.
A Nepo baby in the wild.
Nepo baby!
That's the one that passed out!
Busted.
That's
Princess
the guy that
Euphora.
passed out! That's Seiko!
Look, she's going a couple of... This is interesting. A couple relatives. Princess Euphora getting her family aboard the ship before they leave.
Crush as well.
The princess does have a crush on someone. Let's have a look. Who's this guy? Oh, he's so busted. He's sleeping.
Yeah, fair.
No, the princess has a crush on this scientist.
Ori.
Let's see what he doesn't... friend.
Oh!
That's a HR issue right there. That's...
It's giving me chest pain.
Very funny.
Incredible. What's up, Toya?
Ready to jump. Shall we jump?
Yeah, let's jump. Jumping is like one of the
where are we
coolest
going?
things.
All right. Okay, let's jump. And we're going to go Pala, which is another ring giant. I wonder if we can... Let's go to a barren world. I'm pretty sure we can jump
Ooh.
here. Well, it's a bit closer to the Zootopans. What do we got? Actually, let's put it a little bit further out. Because we'll be able to...
Bit of space to breathe.
Target the jump. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit... I don't think we're ready for that just yet, but we'll get there soon. It's not too far away. Okay, let's go back down the promenade. All right, cool.
Also-
So that's the
Yeah,
promenade.
that's
Do
the
we have any
promenade.
questions on the promenade?
I don't think so. You have
All
a
right.
few seconds. I have one question from Aki Stick. Given the Matsumoto influence, is there a wave motion gun?
We have, it's funny. We have a lot of plans for combat and things like that, including like a huge death ray and everything. I don't know if it's a wave motion gun, but we have spoken about it a number of times. Absolutely awesome.
That's so funny.
Laser vibes.
I could just imagine like Princess Euphora like looking at the motion gun or whatever huge ray just like blew up a planet, and she's like, "Bet I'm gonna make one that's bigger." Incredible. All right, let's head down. Let's head down. Let's go to the quarterdeck.
All right, here we are. So this is the quarterdeck. So immediately you can see, I think, a little bit more austere vibes down here, and it's much bigger as well. So the promenade is only really about half of the size of the quarterdeck. You can see is if we go out all the way to the ship, which of course you can do at any point in time. This is the promenade just here. But the quarterdeck actually goes the full length of the ship here underneath, as do the decks below. So if we go back down again into the quarterdeck, you can see we got a lot more room for activities down here. And again, this deck is fully customizable too. There are some things that we can't move, obviously, because turrets are attached to the bottom and the top of the ship. This is where the turret columns go. So we've got the quarterdeck houses the turrets for the top of the ship. So you can't actually move those turrets. Then we've got, the turbo lifts up the back, like I mentioned before on the promenade. And of course, that's how the crew get around the ship. But all of this stuff here, we've got turbo lifts here too. All this stuff here, though, was completely and can be completely edited and laid out by you as captain. So, and we can go through a few of the room types here too, because the quarterdeck is generally where you'll be doing a lot of your manufacturing. This is like the internal organs, the beating heart and the lungs and everything of the ship. So we'll go through some room types. So we've got a med bay. So as it says, we've got another one across the road here. So you can see people laying down in their I might actually just take it off build mode for a second so we can see a bit better. We've got people laying in the medical bed, getting healed up. This person here, this scientist, is making Medigel to heal folks. So Medigel is if anyone's passed out or wounded or whatever, your scientists and crew will come along and help them out and heal them back with our beautiful little Medigel animation, bringing them back to life. Here we have a cargo hold. So got a few of those. So you can see we've got little small batteries, which are storing power. We've got these shelves here, storage racks, which folks will use to like stack up materials on the ship. So we'll no doubt be able to see some storage racks, especially down below in lower decks, that have a bunch of stuff in them. And then we've got our manufacturing as well. So we've got manufacturing here. So this is a metal extractor. So again, this is what I was talking about before. This will turn materials into metals. So when you do away missions, which we'll talk about in a bit, you'll bring back materials from planets that you're salvaging, or with you find a wreckage or something. You'll bring materials back on board, and then the crew will take those materials from the ship up here, put them in this machine, and metals will come out. Then your supply division will come along, grab the metals, take them to the cargo hold, ready for when you need them to be built.
Awesome.
We also have, very excitingly, here we go, supply division. Look at him go.
Look at him go! Look at the trolley! Oh, they look so incredible. Oh!
There we go. Amazing.
I wish gardening was this easy.
Yeah, gardening, just wheel your little trolley around and then it magically gardens.
And then
So
it does it for you.
you can see here as well, we have a greenhouse. So gardening, of course, is something that you can do on in Jumplight Odyssey. And our rice crop is going to get biomass. It'll grow biomass into food. So that's what that supply division officer was doing, was feeding these crops with biomass to make food. And then obviously your crew will come along and they'll harvest the food from this and then take it to the kitchen, where someone from supply division will then cook that, will convert food into edible meals. And so much like in The Sims, they'll create these little meals that you can then see. This is food, these little boxes here. Look, see the trays? Look, here we go. Someone's going to come along, grab a meal. Oh no, last minute. I'm not hungry, actually. That's me at the fridge every day, opening the fridge. I don't need to eat. What am I doing? Look, there we go. Grab some more. It's so great to see.
I love the little sounds as well, like the little.
Yeah, no. It's great. Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, but there's so much stuff in here that you can do. So here we have more cargo hold. Oh, this is the brig. This is what I was talking about. Look, these are the little cells.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I thought they were shells. I actually haven't seen them.
Yeah, I thought they were shells
really
too.
Cool. Yep. Oh,
horrifying. What are you doing in there, Aiden? By yourself?
Yeah, no, Aiden's going in. Inspecting the med kit. There we go. Cool. You got to keep everything, make sure everything's okay. And here we have the security post as well. So you can see Zagri, our Marine, is like on the security. I love like the art teams worked so like, look at all these little monitors on here. So great. So 1970s anime was really like our what do you call it, like our hallmark here, our inspiration. That's where we put the flag in the ground. So all of the UI, everything, like the little monitors that you see, the technology is really like 1970s inspired. Let's just follow Seiko for a second. What are they doing?
I swear I spend most of my time on Jumplight Odyssey just following people around and watching.
Right?
Like, what are you doing?
So good watching that. What are you up to, Seiko?
What are you doing? Doing some gardening.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, look at that. Storing things. So you can see here we've actually got a produce cooler. So there's like produce as well. If certain things like food and biomass needs to be stored in a fridge. Otherwise it's going to go off. So there are you can't just have like shelves for your crew to store your food and your biomass on. You actually need to install fridges and stuff.
So much attention to detail. Like,
I know.
Yeah, you've already said like 3 or 4 things that I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. Like sleeping next to loud machinery, having to store certain things in certain places. It's like insane. The team
Some
really
people would
cool.
say we're insane. Some people would say that. Potentially us. We would say that. Here's something really cool. These are the turrets. So you can see here, you can upgrade your turrets, but we can't actually edit them or whatever. These are part of the SDF Catalina. But you can see here, if we zoom outside the ship, there's just outside. Actually, we'll get a better view of this. You can see the turrets there on top of the ship here.
There they are.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking at in the quarterdeck. Pretty cool.
Incredible.
Yeah, and they jump in. Like if we put the game into, oh, here's something we haven't shown. We can actually, as captain, of course, put this ship into different alerts. So if I zoom out and I go, all right, everyone, red alert, which will put, obviously, everyone will come, they'll wake up, they won't worry about shifts anymore, it'll be all hands on deck, all the blast doors will seal on the ship, and then the Marines will run to turrets and man them, and construction will stop. So this is essentially when the Zootopans catch you, you can be like, all right, red alert. And the whole ship goes into red alert, and you can see people start running to different things, and everyone's like, come back on. So here we go, look at this, we've got a Marine officer coming.
There we go,
Where's
there
he
we
going?
go. Look at it, they're so fast!
Yeah, I know. Look, here we go. Marine jumping into the turret. Ready to go.
Just getting ready. Locking
There we go.
in.
And then if we look outside, we're ready to go. We love it.
So freaking incredible.
And then of course, false alarm. Sorry everyone, just making sure you're...
Just kidding!
Yeah, just kidding, lol. Ha ha
We're
ha ha.
good. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So now people who, shouldn't be on duty will, go off duty. And I love it when they get their guns out when they're not on duty. So basically if you see people walking around in tank tops, they're not on duty, but these folks in the full uniform here, like Hal, is on duty. And you can just click people at any point in time to figure out what's going on with them,
Yeah.
On duty.
They've also got like little personality traits, and they've got like
Yeah,
these little
yeah.
statuses. So
Hold on, let's find out. This is our supply officer. So our head of the supply division walking around inspecting things. Let's have a look. Personality. So you can see our supply division officer is a soap addict. And just begrudging. So frequently forms rival relationships here. All right.
I'd love to see like their list of rivals so far in the first 5 minutes of the game.
All right.
Incredible.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so basically the quarterdeck is like the running, the upkeep, the beating heart, you said.
Yeah, you can see we've got
have-
manufacturing, we've got our
Yeah.
storage, heaps of storage in here, like, for storing a bunch of things like water. Oh, look at this dude. This Marine just ready to go. Ready to go on a mission.
It's like I got out of the shower for this, I'm gonna keep it on.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting changed. I'm ready to go.
I feel like she's gonna do it
yeah.
again.
You want to do it again?
No, if you so wish. The different
them on their
alerts have a
toes.
different like repercussion, right? So when you're trying to ration food, there's a certain one. When you're
Yeah, exactly. So we've got yellow alert, which is just if you need things to move faster, like yellow alert is like, okay, the Zootopans are coming, or we need to get out of this system quickly. I want all hands on deck, or maybe we've got a bunch of, construction or something that needs to happen, and we just need to push our resource chain. But obviously this will come with consequences. Your crew will get tired, they'll get hungry, because they haven't slept, etc. Then we have red alert, which you just saw, and then we have magenta alert for when you have intruders. So this will again seal all the blast doors. Marines will start to fight borders when they come on board, and people who aren't combatants, like from other divisions, or you can have civilians on your ship too that you may have rescued, survivors and things from Pleiades. They will actually seek shelter in different rooms on the ship. And then you have black alert, which is like rationing protocols. So if you're really low on food and stuff like that, you can actually bring down actually how much food and various things, water, etc., that folks use across the ship.
I also think that something we haven't yet covered on that is actually really important is the hope bar, which is this giant pink bar right at the top.
Correct. So the hope bar, this is essentially like the tagline of the game is keep hope alive, because that's your mission. So I spoke about how the Catalina, if you lose Jumplight cores, the game will be over. Your run will be over. If your captain dies, if you die, your run will be over. But the other thing that will end your run is if this hope bar reaches 0. And hope is measured in different ways. You can see we've got a lot of hope at the moment. We're doing well. Our economy is running very well. No one has died, but generally the biggest hit to hope is when people will die on your ship. And hope also acts as like a morale compass. So the higher your hope is, the higher people's morale on the ship will generally be as well, which means they perform better. And as Princess Euphora, you can actually increase your morale by you can increase your hope by bringing survivors on board. So if you collect survivors and find them on away missions, you can increase your hope through doing that. And we have whole systems planned for your captain and everything that won't be available at early access, but at further points, where as captain you can make particular decisions or promises, for example, to your crew to drive their hope up.
Cute.
It's a major element of the game. So, when the Zootopans catch you, it can hit your hope a bunch when they board, when they start killing people. It's really full on.
We have a question from Random NPC. What's up? It's good to see you. They've asked, is there any way to view each NPC's relationships?
You can actually just go into each one and you can go like this and you can see, and you can click this. This is my favorite thing. You can actually follow the trail. So you can go, okay, like, what do we got? Era, let's see, Era sees, or Moss sees Era as a friend, and you click that, and then we go to Era, and they see Moss as an acquaintance. Okay, awkward. What else have we got going on? Yeah. We've all been there. And you can just click through and see all of them here. We have the manifest as well, but I don't believe it shows, like, when you go to the manifest, you can actually just click on individual people. But it doesn't currently show your relationship. There's not like a relationship word web or map that you can actually look at. You need to go through and sort of inspect it. And we found through play that generally, like, that's the thing that you're like, okay, you see people hug and you're like, oh, what's going on here? And you click on them and you'll be like, oh my God, they're brothers or whatever.
Aww.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was really cool. Ali, one of our engineers, had a moment playing the game the other day where a Zootopan came on board and they were fighting off these Zootopans and they managed to kill the Zootopan. And then, like, when after they killed the Zootopan, the two crew members turned to each other and hugged.
Don't.
And then she checked their relationship and they were friends. It was like really, really little cute moment.
Emotional damage. That's just straight emotional damage. That's like a scene from a movie. They're living like Tom Cruise.
All right, shall we jump and then?
Yeah, I reckon we should jump.
Yeah,
I do
jump
have,
and then we'll show the flight.
I do have questions from Calentlar. Thanks for hanging out. The first question for you, Trent, is: will there be an endless mode, i.e., a mode with no forever star or no other end goal, or do we just have to keep trying to stay alive?
No, that's our plan. Is definitely to have an endless mode. We love that idea of the game. Is like, how far can you get? For example, can you get 153 jumps in, Yeah. Also, it plays in really well with this notion of the Forever Star. Like, you as a captain and this myth of the Forever Star, there's a beauty in it. Is it actually a real place? Like, can you actually reach it? And as captain, can you keep hope alive as this floating, wandering place that's just forever seeking this Forever Star, this concept of home, So yeah, we do have plans for an endless mode. We're not sure what release it's going to be in, but yeah, definitely have plans for that.
Incredible. The second question is, how will combat be implemented? I will say we do have a very specific combat stream with Trent and me next week. I believe it's Monday in AEST, so it'll probably be Sunday night for most viewers. And we'll address everything combat there, and you'll get some glorious insights into actually exactly how combat works. So we'll hold off on that question. And the third one for you, Trent, is: will Jumplight Odyssey support mods?
Mods. No, it won't. We potentially in future, but there are no plans for it right now. We have spoken about it for both of our games, Solium Infernum and Jumplight Odyssey. But to be honest, we're just a really small team, and these games are so big already that mod support is just like, unfortunately, it just fell like way down the priority list in regards to like, things that we had to focus on to get the release ready and everything. But it is definitely something that we've spoken about, and post-release we will keep it on our radar in regards to, because we're watching very closely. Good friends of ours at Mod.io and everything, so we're aware that modding tools and modding integration is just like getting better and better and easier. So it's definitely something that we've put a pin in to revisit post-launch.
Sick. Awesome. If we don't have any more questions, if you do have a question, feel free to drop it in chat. I can answer it as we go. But if we do not have any more, shall we proceed down to the flight deck?
Yeah, let's do it.
Beneath the quarterdeck.
All right.
There we
This
go.
is one of my favorite decks. It's just like so awesome. So this is the flight deck. So again, this is a bespoke area. You can't edit this. You can't put like a crew quarters in front of the, front of the flight deck. But you don't want to. You actually don't want to change this up because this is where you're going to where you're going to store all of your fighters, your shuttles, all of your spacecraft. So you can see we've got 6 bays here on the SDF Catalina. You can build an upgrade here as well. So, you can choose the sort of fighter and everything that you want. We have shuttles and fighters currently, and there are different classes. So depending on, and again, it's not just better and best. There are different things. The different strengths to each one. So this is just your standard Celesto class shuttle. And if we click on this, we can actually then, you can see what's going on here in regards to like, its health and its armor and stuff. But we can also assign crew to it. But we can do so as well over by, I love this too. This is like the little memorial board for your lost like people on away missions.
Oh my god, no!
Yeah, really great. You see
No
people come along.
way.
You see people like come up to it and start crying at the wall, like if they've had a relative.
Oh my
god!
god! Does it make them feel better doing that, or is it just a thing they do?
I don't know. I think it might. That's a Felix question.
Oh my god.
So in every system that you're in, this is a critical part of Jumplight Odyssey. In every system that you're in, we have away missions that you can do. So you as captain are also deploying missions on this perilous, desperate escape run through all of these systems. When you arrive in a system, you are going to deploy away missions to capture. You can see here we've got a few things. Surveillance. So first of all, what you might want to do is send out a surveillance operation because for example, if I go to this resource extraction, went in one too far. If I go to this resource extraction, I can't see what it's going to give me. I can see that success is 80%, that it's going to take me 6 minutes, but I can't see what it's going to return. So if I send a surveillance operation out to the system, like send out a shuttle, then what it will do is these returns, it'll actually tell me what's available. In what I'm actually going to get back from doing these missions. So we send out a surveillance operation. Let's actually do that right now.
Yeah, let's send one out. Let's send someone out there.
Okay, so now we've got 2 shuttles. So we can actually go through and we can pick individual people, and they have call signs as well. So if I click this, you can see this call sign Rhino. This person's going to give us +10 crew resilience and +5 success chance. So I'm going to assign them to seat 1. But we can also just go into this shuttle and we can auto assign crew to it as well. So then we go, all right, cool. I've picked my main pilot, but we got a couple of good people. Yeah, it intelligently preferences people, who have call signs and things as well.
Remy.
Yeah. Oh, Remy, I don't want this mission to go slower though. So I'm actually gonna change this pilot.
You're out of here, Remy.
Yeah, sorry, Remy.
Sorry,
you're bad. We don't need another call sign. So let's just get what do we got?
So only some of the crew member have call signs.
Yeah, only some of the crew member have call signs. Yeah,
Interesting.
but everyone will give you a little bit of a boost, but they may not have a special call sign. So let's just 5% mission returns. No, 5% success chance. So yeah, let's just send a Marine. Okay, assigned to C2.
That poor guy looks like they're having a bad time, and you've just made their day so much worse.
All right. So then we can click on our shuttle. We've got the surveillance mission prepped, and then we can click launch.
Ooh!
And then, yeah, right. And now folks will come if I go back to the ship. Where are we? This way? See, they're all running to get in.
They're all running.
So they come from wherever they are on the ship, assembling crew, and you see them in the front. Let's see.
You can see them sitting in there.
Yeah, we got it. We'll see. Hopefully, sometimes people are like, "I'm busy. I'm making materials."
I got things to do.
Who we got? Yeah, I know. Let's make sure. Let's click on our. Go back. And see who's coming. But this is a good point as well, where you can speed up time too and see if someone comes.
I do have a question from Calentla again. Could you theoretically harvest blindly if you just need stuff quickly?
Harvest blindly? Yeah, absolutely. So that's your decision. You're going to be making decisions like this as a captain all the time. You can even jump blindly. So there is a concept where you actually don't have enough. I love this little
Look at it go.
sequence. Yeah. Where are we going to go? Which side? All right. And then I'm going to pause it. I'm going to actually go up. Oh, actually, no, it's. I love it. I love it from this view too. So let's just. and then we pause it and we go outside of the ship. And then let's go outside of the ship, and then you can see.
Shuttles, right?
What was that?
We have 2 shuttles to start.
Yeah, we do have 2 shuttles. So you can see here, look. There they are.
Oh, look at them!
Yeah. Off they go on their away mission.
I love the colors.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Incredible.
The Jumplight tech. All right. So that's off. They're off and away. And now if we go up to the journey screen again, because you can see your missions from the journey screen too. And we click on Zoo, which is the current system, and we go manage missions. You can see here, it's happening, 28%.
They're out there, they're traveling.
Yeah, this is an interesting one too. We could jump right now, but jumping before a mission is returned will leave it missing in action. So as a captain, we're just talking about decisions that you have to make. Some of the decisions that you're going to make is jumping without the intel that you have, like what's actually coming up in this next system, what missions are there, what's available. I just got to get away from the Zootopans. And sometimes the Zootopans will be coming and you're like, I have away missions out. I have 3 away missions that haven't come back yet, but there's Zootopan boarding pods like flying towards your ship about to board, and you just got to punch it out of there and leave like 9 of your crew members or 6 of your crew members or whatever behind.
And does that damage Hope?
Yeah, they're considered dead. They're like considered missing in action. And that will affect your crew as well. So if you have a relative of theirs on ship, or a lover or a friend or whatever, all those people will take huge hits to their morale.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because we actually just got that question from Milo in chat. Like, what happens when you have to leave someone behind? So, big brains think alike.
Big brain. Milo saw it.
Milo saw
All right,
it.
let's see. I think we might have missed their return. Oh no, they're still coming.
Out. They're living.
Yeah, they're still out there.
Incredible. Is there anything else of note on the flight deck? I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much the primary focus.
The flight deck as well has a bunch of this is a huge cargo hold area. So this is your stockpile of your resources as well. So you can store it in cargo holds strategically around your ship where you want to place them, but there is a stockpile down in the deck. So you'll see folks from supply division continuously coming in and out of here.
Yeah, because this is where they take it from the ships to to the upper decks.
And you can see, I love, again, with that what you see is what you get philosophy that Blake and the design crew had. You can see everything here. Like I can already see oh, look, just at a glance, I've got a ton of composite in there, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still good with biomass, etc.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Incredible. How long have you got on that away mission? How long do away missions usually take? I guess it depends.
They're returning. So they've completed their mission. Now they're returning. So it happens in stages.
Mm-hmm.
So they're coming soon. What do we got? 82. All right, let's see. Maybe we'll be able to catch them when they come out.
Yeah, I was thinking could we catch them fly back in?
Let's see. They should be coming. Here they come.
Oh my gosh!
I love it. It's so good. It never gets old.
So cool.
Yep. Oh, supply division as well.
Perfect success.
We love that. And don't forget, a bunch of our crew had an increase in mission success. So we started off with an 80% success chance, but then they were we had, I think, 2 people that had a plus 5% mission success. So.
Incredible.
Cool.
Off they get.
All right, off they get.
Awesome.
Cool. Now.
Ooh. You go.
No, you go.
No, you go. I insist.
All right. Well, that's done. So now if I go back to the mission table, I love we've got our combat marshal, our marine officer there. You can now see that all of these, it actually tells us what we're going to get here. And there are different ones, like salvage opportunities bring back really high quality advanced materials. So we're going to get composites and plastics and medigel and metals, because this is actually salvaging another shuttlecraft, like a spaceship or whatever that's scuttled in the system. But this is essentially, going down to a planet or to the ring giant and grabbing some stuff. So a lot of these are raw materials, but you can get some metals and stuff in there. And then we have a search and rescue. So you can actually bring back survivors on your ship, because you'll want to stock up your ship because you've lost a bunch of people. So we're not fully staffed just yet, we don't have enough folks. But I don't think we have enough time for another mission. I'm
checking the time. I'm just keeping on track. To answer your question, Toya, I'm wearing a Jumplight Odyssey shirt. We got them right here. Trent can't
Shall
see
we?
me, but
Shall we
here it
punch it
is.
before we? Shall we punch it
absolutely
before we
should
show
punch
the
it.
like, the coup de grace of the stream?
The coup de grace. Go on, full send. This is our Jumplight sequence.
All right.
Take the ship to Jumplight. Hold on, everyone.
Yaha.
No seatbelts, just
Love it.
full send.
Let's go, folks.
So freaking cool.
So rad.
There she is.
All right, we're in a barren world here, I think.
Oh, everyone clapping. What a little detail. I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's so good, huh? Yeah, look at this barren world. So different systems have different effects on your ship and on the missions available, on your crew, etc. Like, for example, there are, we have black holes planned, or, big ring giants. On the ring giants, like, there are more materials and stuff available. The verdant planets as well. It's really cool. I don't actually want to go into it. I was like, I had to stop myself.
Yeah.
Because of like the design team just have so many cool plans, and I want them to be able to share like the system biomes. But we just saw as well that the Zootopian fleet is mobilizing. So if you see here now, the contact has started. So after our first jump, they start chasing you.
Yeah.
So shall we do it?
Let's go.
Shan?
We've got the lower deck, which is beneath the flight deck, but we've kind of covered everything. It's just a place that you can build out. You can add whatever you need in here. Is there any other comments you want to make about the lower deck?
No, this is like, in this particular layout here, you can see that it's just empty, and it largely will be when you start a game. So this is really you as a player, like your expression space to just be like, okay, build mode, let's go. And so, I'm going to actually build it. I'll show you a quick little build mode here, right? So let's just do something simple. We're going to create a couple of cargo holds here. So we can do that. And then we're going to place, every room needs a power switch. So we're going to do that. And it'll need, because that'll bring power to it. And then we'll need a O2 scrubber, and we'll put that there. I'm going to put them apart because you'll see why. And then I want a door. I'm going to pop a door here, obviously. We need our crew to get into it. And then we've got some room specific stuff. So because we have room types, you can see there's room specific stuff. So let's just throw a couple of, storage shelves in here. Yeah. And then obviously I could keep building this out. I could put plants in and everything. Yahoo! And you can see here the plan down the bottom is like, as it's showing the materials that I've used, and I can sort of check them up against here. And then what I can do is I can just go, all right, let's do it. Accept changes and build, and then construction confirmed. And you can see here.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this before. Wow.
Yeah, it's all ready to go. So it doesn't build immediately, like I said, the crew have to come and they have to bring everything along. So what this means is this yellow tape, these are build plans. So I can hover over it and see, okay, what have I built? Like, oh, okay, that's storage rack. And the yellow tape means that supply division are hauling resources at the moment. They're bringing resources from somewhere around the ship, and they're going to bring them to this. I'm going to put it in fast forward, even though that's going to mean that the Zootopans advance faster, but we'll see folks start to come. An engineer is already, when the tarps go up, it means that we have the materials that we need already. So these walls, for an engineer to come along and turn these into cargo hold walls, they don't need any materials. It's just already there. But you can see the supply division coming along, bringing what we need.
Does that mean like zero gravity affect how fast or?
Oh yeah, we're in 0G. That's right, because there's no power here. I'm so used to seeing it. I think that's worth calling out. And look, your astrobots come along and they operate as like, yeah, they're little like multifunctional crew members that can do a range of actions. So we can see here the crew, as supply division brings the resources, engineers just jump right on it and start to build this stuff out. And this is using the resources as well that we've not only got from away missions, but that we're creating ourselves on the ship, and that we're, converting things from materials into metals, into composites, etc. But you can see we're a little bit down on composites. So composites are like our circuitry and circuit boards and all that sort of stuff, our really advanced technology that's required for some things. So we're going to need to obviously get our composites going. Now we've got folks, you can see them dropping off all the little things here. And then once something is, so this double storage rack, once it's got everything that it needs, the engineers are going to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's all
It's so
happening.
efficient. I wish things worked like this
I
in general. I
know.
wish this was in real life construction.
Yeah. So when the tarps go up, yeah, supply division have dropped off enough materials, and then the engineers come along. And
Boom!
look, it's almost done. I think this is the last drop off.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Now it's gone up. Here we go. Come on.
Come on, you get done!
He's in there building it. Yes, there we go.
Yay!
The plan.
The
Took the
shrub.
longest to build. I love it. And then we have brand new room.
Yay!
So that's
Incredible.
build mode. And so I can build out anything. And obviously, you know, you can see here, I can just go like, all right, let's do another room. And we can just build like a corridor all the way through here, you know,
Yeah.
if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, cool. If there's any final questions on the lower deck or in building, I guess, in general, just let us know. Let us know. Again, there's some things that we can answer. There's some things that we can't answer because Felix is going to come in hot next week. Although I think the week after that, actually, with game dev opinions on things. But we do have one final thing before we cut away today.
All right.
it's
And
the
we've got
engine
12 minutes to show it. Before the six opens arrive. Okay, so let's go. All right, so we've seen the bridge. We've seen the promenade.
Ugh.
We've seen the quarter deck. And then, of course, we've seen the flight deck and hangar.
Hanger.
Hangar. That's the Australian term. And then we've got the lower deck, which is totally your expression space to build out how you wish. And then we have
Dun, 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 dun.
the engine room.
There she is!
There it is.
Oh, right in time for Pride Month.
It is an extremely gay room.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I love it. The colors are incredible.
It's so
As I said,
beautiful.
my girlfriend saw it immediately and she was like, I love the engine room. Okay, so yeah, here it is. This is the engine room. So the engine room houses your Jumplight drive, your Jumplight core. So what we can see here is we have, again, this is a bespoke setup. So, you know, you can see if we go in build mode, there's nothing that we can actually change or edit apart from like with the bridge and like with the turrets and some other parts of the ship, even the hangar deck. There is upgrade slots on the hangar as well. We can actually put in things in here. So if we click here, you can see that we have various upgrades available for this stuff. So whether it be a jump light calculator, an auto calculator, robot charging station.
Robot charging.
It's really cool. There's a bunch of stuff we can add in here. Now, this is how we harness Starlight and turn it into Jump Light, which drives our Jumplight drive, which enables us to jump from system to system. So this up here on the left, you can see this little yellow arrow isn't anywhere near where it, like we haven't put in a drive. So if I go click here and I go back up to the bridge and I click here and I put in a system. So let's say again, let's go to Nefertem and I go target for jump. We'll see that little yellow arrow and we have built up enough jump light currently through the engine room and what we've got going on in here to be able to jump to that system already. But sometimes, like, you know, you'll be needing to, especially like later on when you're jumping further and further from sector to sector, if you want to make a big jump at any point in time, you might have your, like that little arrow, your target for jump might be all the way over here and you're needing to like get enough jump light to be able to make that jump. We also have, you know, you can see the journey screen from here. We have plans as well for this console to do even cooler things than just go to the journey room, but we're not sure what release that'll make that into yet. And so we're going to stay hush on that. But again, every room needs a power switch. It needs an O2 scrubber. This is as well, we can go to the other side of this room. We've got an oxygen scrubber in here, and then we've got another jump light calculator. So these jump light calculators are capturing the jump light that allows our ship to jump. And these are our cores as well. So this is what the Zootopans boarding parties are going to come along and try and destroy if they board your ship.
Yeah. Makes sense. So you can't
it's
jump.
one of the few missions that they can have. Yeah, exactly. They want to destroy your ship.
Incredible.
And that's them up here.
Loves it. Everybody loves it. RGB disco ball. It must be Christmas because the whole thing is giving. That's my personal favorite comment. Kalita has another question. Is Jumplight a passively generated resource, or do we need to collect a resource to process it?
Jumplight, that's actually more of a question for Felix, I think. The Jumplight design in regards to like how it's captured is is quite cool and quite involved, and so I think I'm gonna leave that for Felix like next stream. So Shan, make a note to like
Incredible idea.
have Felix step through it all. But like, for example, it does say here, you know, like captures Jumplight, allowing the ship to jump, but you need scientists to to come here and operate these panels and everything as well.
Yeah.
So there is some stuff that you can do to accelerate your Jumplight capture, even getting yourself to a point where you can build a Jumplight calculator, you know, and can maintain it. We'll let Felix dive into that in a big way.
Absolutely. Incredible. There was only one, I think, more question that I haven't addressed yet, and it was, is there the ability to install additional guns in the ship for defense?
No, there is not. You are just like your motley crew. You are stuck with the Catalina as it is in regards to your defenses. The other thing too about the Catalina is you're not a battleship. You're like a battle cruiser essentially. You're a Regents. If you imagine it like in, you know, Star Wars episode 1, the best Star Wars there is. You know, like Queen Amidala just has that like sleek silver thing. That's essentially what this is to some degree. You know, like this is your Regent's ship that she is using to her flagship that she's using to move around. So it's not like the Palladian people's huge capital battleship that they would have had as well. But the Palladians were a peaceful oh my god, I'm already talking in the past tense.
Oh my god.
I don't have high hopes for our mission. But no, the Palladian people are explorers. They're like a peaceful passive race. As much as they can be. So this ship it just purely has defense capabilities, that's all. And you, in Jumplight Odyssey, you are the prey. I think that's the most important thing to understand, is that you have zero chance of defeating, even the thought of defeating Admiral Voltan or the Zootopan fleet is preposterous. Like, they are a war-driven and warmongering race. And they just destroyed your entire planet, not to mention your fleet. Like, you're one of the only ships left, the only one that you know of, really. And so whenever your goal is to evade the Zootopans, and your turrets, your defenses on ship, your fighters, all of that, it's just designed to buy you as much time as possible to get out of the system. Oh, speaking of which.
Oh gosh. Not like this. Incredible.
So you can see, you get a fair amount of warning. And if we go back up to the journey screen, you'll see here, we'll get a little update of where they are. Yeah. Okay. So they've just hit Argo Fontes.
They move really quick.
Yeah, they do. I love as well. The team's so clever in regards to like how when you get to the screen, it goes and shows you how far they've come since you last checked.
Yep.
Oh man, we got people. People aren't doing well on this ship at the moment. We got some folks out. Like over here.
They're still hopeful though. They're just napping.
They are. That's it. Yeah.
Hope's still high.
Hope's still high. I attribute that to my skills as a captain.
Doing not much except looking around. Incredible. I think that's kind of everything that we wanted to cover off on. We've gone a little bit over time. If you have any more questions, if you have any more comments, feel free to hop into our Discord. We'll answer them in there. If you have social media, we're on basically all social medias ever. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Is there any final comments from you, Trent?
Wish this the game.
Oh yeah, obviously. Wish this the game.
Honestly, that's the best way to support us as like a little indie crew.
Exactly.
Just wish this the game, and also to be notified, whenever it comes out or goes on sale.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, I hope you like what we've got here. Yeah. It's coming together. The crazy thing as well, Shan, as you know, is that like this isn't even the latest build. This is like I think this is like almost a month old or something. And I'm just looking at it being like, oh, there's already so much new cool stuff in the build that's like not here.
Yeah,
so yeah, we have some really exciting announcements coming up over the next few weeks. As Shan mentioned, we have the PC gaming show where we're revealing combat for the first time. So for those of you who have asked about combat and want to see what we mean when we say defend your ship, I think it's absolutely worth tuning into that. And then we have other stuff planned as well coming along. Some really exciting announcements. So definitely stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. If you've got pals, have them wish this game. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out. So much love for everybody here. Until next time, ta-ta and farewell.
Since before time, whenever our explorers were lost, they would look to the forever star to find their way home. Now, a great darkness has found us. The war-mongering Zootopans sought to extinguish our light. In a desperate bid to defend our beloved home, we committed everything we had. Yet, the cold malice of Admiral Voltan couldn't be stopped. The battle was lost. I knew what I had to do. Where our only hope lies. I, Princess Euphora, last remaining regent of our people, will lead us to the Forever Star. Those of us who survived that day lost everything. But this is not our end. We will survive. Because together, we will keep hope alive. Welcome aboard the SDF Catalina, where I, Princess Euphora, Captain and Last Regent, will gather survivors and lead our people to safety. Pursued by a relentless enemy with no place to call home, our only option is escape. There's much to be done, and we need your help. To rebuild, we need resources, teamwork, and bravery. Our engineers see to the repairs, and our scientists to the wounded. On a journey fraught with peril, sometimes a captain must make difficult decisions. This starship is just like its people, in need of care, ever-growing, and capable of overcoming anything. For where there is life, there is hope. Wishlist now on Steam.